Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and we're back with some more LEGO Harry Potter years 5 through 7. In fact, we've got the grounds free room, which actually covers quite a bit of area, but we're going to ask that you have a strong character, a dark magic, and a key character all readily available, and you can find those by completing the story and the free play. Now, there are a handful of collectibles, including 4 gold bricks, 10 character tokens, a couple of student imperils, and a couple of red bricks as well. Now, we're also going to focus on this yellow area on the map here, made by the Bonefish Gamer. And before we take off and get things a-strolling, let's go ahead and check out where we are. So, about 56.8%, quite a few collectibles left. Are you ready to go? Why, yes, we are. Let's roll out. All right, so you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, we actually have the areas labeled from the map to the areas in the game. So hopefully those will always match up for you, and if not, my bad, I've been trying. But here we go, we're in the bridge courtyard, and eventually we'll make our way up the staircase, and we'll go on up into the school. But for now, we're gonna actually go out and about and see what's cracking outside in the ground. So this is kind of a weird deal. Sometimes the guide with the area totals appears on the grounds bridge here, while other times it appears inside the grounds at the top of the hill, which we're about to be at. So sometimes the guy spawns just a few feet off to the bottom right hand side of the screen. Meanwhile, he spawns on the bridge if he's not there. So alright, we've got some Aquamenti stuff on the archway here, but this is really just for beautification purposes. There's really no point to that other than grabbing some studs and making it look pretty. But what we do need to focus on is this weird object with a couple of Aquamenti spots on the back towards your screen, but at the top of the hill still, and we will fill them all up and grab the first character token for Professor Grubbly-Plank. Now we're going to want to take a little sip of the old Polyjuice potion and grab a character of strongness. Now, usually when you do this, you also get a character, like a key character, as well as a dark magic character. Now, it's going to be important that you have both, as we are going to need them all. Now, something weird happens too, and at some point, the Polyjuice actually wears off for me in this video, and I have to come back and go completely out of my way to drink some juice later. So we'll come back to that at another point, but we're going to go ahead and run down over to Hagrid's house and, of course, use our character that is strong and rip this orange handle off. And guess what? Yeah, gold brick. That's right. We've got 144 and counting. And next we're going to need a character. Well, we're going to need Hermione because there's a bag of tricks pad there. And we're going to go ahead and see what we got. Oh, look at this. She pulled out a little flying pumpkin here. So we'll go ahead and pop that on and write it up top all the way up to Bellatrix Azkaban edition. So this can be a little wonky, but stick with it. Just try to follow the old stud trail up, and away. And you'll see I kind of miss a few times. So once, twice, third time, nope, 4 times, yay! All right, so we got Bellatrix Azkaban edition. Feel free to fly around and get all of these studs flying around up here. Now, I try to grab a few of them without wasting too much time, but I quickly start looking like the fool that I am, and yeah, I got to get them all. Look at this safe landing over here. That's right, you want to come in safe. You don't want to drop or plummet to your doom. Next up, we actually are going to ride this bad boy back on down over by Hagrid's hut, but just outside the fence line, you're going to find some devil snares actually grabbing a young student who happens to be in peril. So we're going to do the right thing here and, of course, turn that frown upside down by freeing him with Lumos. So pretty much all of your characters should have Lumos. I think Ron might be one of the very few. Well, I guess Mrs. Cole doesn't either, if we're being technical, but you know, any character that has wizarding abilities should have that ability as well. Now, back up at the top of the hill, we're going to go ahead and put on some 3D goggles right here, and the Spectre Specs are actually going to allow us to see some things we couldn't normally see without them. So, look at that, we build this weird little shape here. It looks like some sort of a miniature rock tower, and look at that, we've got ourselves a red brick. So, we'll go ahead and take that right on over to who? That's right, we're going to take it to the owl and drop it off, and of course that's going to give us the ability to fast dig once we purchase it from the Leaky Cauldron Red Brick. Now, next up, we're going to go ahead and open up the Quidditch pitch area, which is actually down here in the back left corner. You can see there's like this weird kind of, I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is. It's like a flag or a banner or something blocking our path. And it turns out we need the Deluminator lamp to go ahead and make that go away. So we'll take Ron and go right back up to where we enter this area up at the archway and pull out his Deluminator lamp and press the old button indicator, which for us it was the Swikle button, or circle if you don't speak Brianese. And we'll go ahead and take it down. And look at that, we're going to pump up that balloon with a little bit. Oh, look at that. I guess it's a hot air balloon. That was kind of cool. That one actually made sense. I don't really buy into the ice stuff, but all right. So I'm getting behind here. As soon as we start off, we're going to actually follow a stud trail, and this is a crazy area. We're going to actually want to take the far left path, the alternative stud trail here. And basically anytime you have a main path and a secondary path, you're going to want to take the secondary path because that's where the collectible is going to be. Now I want to point out that I missed that collectible, but I get the gold brick, which is right behind it. Now it's pretty simple to come back in through this area and take it on over again. So if you miss them, don't worry about it. But yeah, hopefully you get it in the first or second try. But you can see here it took a whole 35 seconds or so to get through there, and it's really just as simple as walking back through the gates to return in there. And we're gonna go ahead and show you because, like I said, we missed that one little character token back there. So it happens to be for Ron Quidditch edition. So I'm going to follow the regular stud path as there's a couple of blues waiting for me. But I know I need to stay right as soon as I go down under the bleachers. So I'm hanging on the right-hand side, and down we go. And look at that. I spin to win, and booyaka show, I get that character token. Now it's just a matter of making our way back through, grabbing a few studs, and all right, so you know, this is fun. I wish there was more of this in the game. You know, I would actually like to see a lot more of these little Quidditch mini games because it's fun flying around on the old broomstick. Look at Ron getting all squirrely. All right, here we are. We're back in the grounds, and we have actually completed. There was no guide that we could show you for that area, and I totally botched showing you the guide for the grounds area until the very end of this video. So my bad. But we will go ahead and keep on trudging right down and around Hagrid's hut on the right-hand side, and it'll take us into the new area, the Thestral Enclosure, which we can see we got a guide there. We got a red brick, gold brick, couple of character tokens, and of course a student in peril as well. So we're going to go all the way to the far left side of this area, and it's going to require us to take out that crazy, I don't know what that is. It's some sort of like Venus flytrap thing or something, but we zap it not once but twice, and he goes away. We can sneak through the log and of course hop over the river onto that nice little placed rock out there, and of course we have to keep on keeping on. Now my notes actually say uncross the arms of the tree. However, when I arrive here, they're not crossed, so I don't know if that was maybe some bad info, or perhaps maybe it was in reference to the old version of the game, the old PS3 or Xbox 360 version of the game, as maybe there was something extra there that they changed up. I don't know. Maybe it was problematic in the earlier editions. I'm not really sure, but you might have to use Leviosa or even Dark Magic there for that matter. So, all right, we're having troubles flying this guy around. Like, we need a flying lesson or something, man, because, like, I'm trying to flap away. As you can see, I'm spamming that button, and nothing's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and bail on that for just a second, but it's important to note that up on this upper ledge here, there is a student in peril. So turn that frown upside down by simply using Leviosa to go ahead and rip open those leaves, blocking his pathway out of there, and of course, grab all the studdage left behind. Look at that, we got 54 million. Boy, that happened really quick, but I guess it helps having the old 10x. Oh, we don't have the 10x yet. We're grabbing that soon. So, we have a 384 stud multiplier right now. We'll have 3,840 soon. Now, all right, so it was kind of a funny angle with this Thestral skeleton as I'm flying him around. So you kind of have to find the sweet spot. It looks like you have to jump from that lower area up to that upper area where we just saved that student in peril, and then fall down and go a little further, and you should be able to jump up and fly. The most important part is if you can get him over to where the guide is, fly straight up, and there's a gold brick right up above him. So, oh yeah. Now check this out. I'm actually kind of struggling right now. There's dark magic right there, and I'm panicking. Look, I'm changing spells and I'm doing all sorts of stuff because, you know, I should be able to change characters, but apparently my Polyjuice potion has worn out. this is the first time that's ever happened to me. Now, I am fully aware of Polyjuice potions wearing out, like in the books and movies and such. I am aware of that, but I've never had it happen in the game. I don't remember it happening in 1 through 4, and I certainly have not had it happen to me in 5 through 7 yet. So this was kind of a new one, and look at me, I'm kind of in panic mode right now. I'm like running around like, all right, do I start over? Is this a game glitch? Is this a level breaker? Do I keep going? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And what I eventually come to the conclusion of is I run out of the area, and then I go back to the old cauldron and take a sip of the old Polyjuice potion one more time, and I come back to the area. But before I do that, I actually drop down to this lower area because there is one last task that allows me to take on with my little kitty cat. So Crookshanks is going to dig up this little treasure chest, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the leg strength to go ahead and rip that open. So I switch back to Hermione, and she zaps it for the character token for, what was it, Padma, Patil? I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but ooh, another Venus flytrap. We'll go ahead and zap him and get him out of here so he does no more damage. I'm surprised we haven't seen more students in peril inside of those things, you know? All right, so we know we have, well, a red brick left, and we also know that there is another character token. So we're going to go ahead and go crazy, bouncing around looking for this last item here. As you can see, I'm not satisfied. Now I'm getting confused too. I'm like, wait a minute, how the heck do I get out of here? There's no like obvious way to get out of here. But as it turns out, there is this blockade with a real Venus flytrap. This looks like what was his name? I remember he always said Seymour, feed me Seymour, from the old Little Shop of Horrors. But I can't remember his name. Well, tell me down below if you remember the old Venus flytrap's name. I know he gives him a name, but I can't remember it. And I'm sure as soon as somebody types it, I'll be like, duh, should have remembered. But all right, I grab my old flying pumpkin helmet, and I ride it on back up to the top. And I guess I do give a quick little glance at the old guide right there. You can see we've got it all wrapped up, but it's hard to see. It's off to the side. Anyways, I'm going to take a little sip of the syrup here, and guess what? We are going to choose Grindelwald, our favorite dark magic character. And really, he was the cheapest and easiest to get when we were preparing for free play, and we've just stuck with him. Now, we've got quite a few other characters, but we haven't bought any of them. We're actually saving our studdage until the very end, and yeah, you know, the bonus level, yeah, well, I'll get to that later. There's a whole bunch of gold bricks you got to purchase, and I probably should have gotten my 1 billion trophy achievement, but I didn't. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, in another video perhaps. All right, so I've got dark magic now, and as soon as we enter the Thestral Enclosure area, you're going to find that there is simply a red brick hidden between these. I don't know what that was. It was a bush or something there. But we ripped it open with our dark magic, and we have grabbed this red brick, and we're going to take it on over to the, that's right, you guessed it, the owl of the area. And all right, we're going to go ahead and let's see here. We got the red brick, and next up, the character token for Katie Bell. She is right down below where we dug up, what was it, Padma? And we're going to have to use dark magic and then go ahead and jump on the little rock that pops up. And, yep, jump all the way out, and booyakashow! Katie Bell is now officially ours. So, all right, get your baboing on the big mushroom and bounce up. Oh, no, that was a funny angle. All right, we are up, and away. You know, there's a bunch of those red caps, and I know there's a trophy achievement for that, but we'll come back for that another time. And all right, we got all 3 of the character tokens, gold brick, red brick, and we turned that frown upside down, so we are good to go. Next up, we got to open up the ground. See, I know, this is a long one, right? Ooh, what do we got here? I was like, ooh, a digging spot. What did I miss? Nope, it's just another pumpkin helmet, so Crookshanks wanted to go for a ride, but I told him, nope, he didn't sign the waiver form. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how old Crookshanks is. He might not have been tall enough to ride the ride. I don't know if there's a height requirement for the pumpkin helmet. All right, I'm digging myself a hole here. So we'll go ahead and dig into our bag of tricks instead on the old pink base plate down here. And look at that. We've got ourselves a bell. Isn't that what it is? Oh, right. Ring that bell, and we're going to go ahead and drop right in. Now, normally I like to show the guide of the area, but in this case, we would have had to run all the way to the bottom of the steps and then all the way right back up to the top. So instead of doing that, I just went ahead and zapped the old silver statue there with Reducto and grabbed the red box and took it on over to the owl. I won't do my who joke again. I'll leave that one alone. But look at that. We got the 10x stud multiplier. Now, moving right on down the stairway here, we find ourselves a safe. And look at that, we're going to go ahead and rip it open with a key provided by Mrs. Cole. And inside, we got the old character token for Professor Benz. Now, all right, we're going to keep on keeping on, but except we need to make sure that we have a character that is strong. And it looks like we do not currently have that. So we're going to take a quick sip of the old Polyjuice potion. And that's right, we're going to pump it up with our strong character, Remus Lupin. Well, he's not really strong, but his werewolf form certainly is. And that's right, we're going to go ahead and get our strength on and run to the bottom of the stairway here. And let's see here what we got. Well, we've got some, a bluesy, I don't want to miss that, but we've got the orange handle, which is just around the corner. And look, we'll take a quick peek at the old guide. We've already got the red brick and one of the character tokens, but we go ahead and grab another. It happens to be Crabbe Jumper Edition, and reminds me of the old Portland Trailblazer Alan Crabbe, who has an excellent jumper, if I do say so myself. Anyhow, pink base plate, which is a perfect place to pull out the old bag of tricks and get our baboing on as we pull out a giant mushroom. And up top, there's a gold brick. And all right, what do we got over here in the corner? We've got ourselves some dark magic. We're gonna go ahead and shake it up, and we've got ourselves a student in peril. So, hey, buddy, turn that frown upside down. And all right, we'll go ahead and collect that studdage left behind by him as well. And let's see here, what else we got? We got some studs we can bust open. Ooh, we got a frog. You want to go for a ribbit ride? All right. Look at that, boing, 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 boing. Look, we're celebrating on the frog this time. Normally just jump around. We're going to ride this bad boy all the way up. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually going to bail in 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, cool. My timing was a little off, but all right. Once I get to the very top of the stairway, I realized, wait a minute, I haven't showed you the area totals. And on top of that, we also got ourselves a red brick that we would like to turn on. So let's go ahead and take a quick trip on over to, you guessed it, Diagon Alley. This is the quickest way that we think, anyways. It's a lot quicker than walking all the way back through the grounds and up and arounds. So we'll go ahead and take the old shortcut and head up to the top of the alley, which will then dump us right into the old leaky cauldron. And of course, if you haven't already seen this, if you're just now finding these videos and you're looking for just the red brick purchasing room, it's upstairs. And it looks like I actually left a loading section in there. Normally I cut all those cauldrons bouncing around out. Anyhow, yes, we're going to purchase the old 10X, which costs us a cold million. But hey, when you got as much money as we do, it doesn't matter. And I am speaking in-game. I don't really have a lot of money in real life. So yeah, studs. When you have a lot of studs, yes. Now, I scroll through just to see what else is available on my list. I'm not really into Christmas, not the red brick anyways. I could do without everyone wearing a Santa hat. But I did notice that the Fast Dig was out there. So I'm going to go ahead and cash in that one as it's only 60,000. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the advanced guide is. I really thought about purchasing it just so I would have it. But I said I'd save my money. So I'm going to go all the way down to Fast Dig and turn it on. So now all of my digging experiences will go so much faster. And all right, just real quick, I wanted to go ahead and target this spider. He's always there. He's a pesky little bugger. And look at that. We've got 3,840 times multiplier on. So look at that. We are stacking it up. All right, one last quick little look at the grounds here, as this is probably where we'll start off for our next video, which I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's coming up soon. And look at that. Oh, to the you know what this screen means. That's gonna wrap it up for Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7, the grounds free roam. And we also covered quite a few other areas: Quidditch pitch, Thestral enclosure, as well as the lake. Hey, we hope you guys enjoyed this video as well as this series. We're getting pretty close to the end of it, so if you guys have any questions or comments or requests for future games, let us know at any of our social places like you see right here. And of course, you can use the links provided to you guys down below in our video description. That'll help you get to all sorts of things, including our Patreon account and more. So, all right. As for me, that's going to wrap things up for right now. This was a long one. Hopefully, I'll get to at least one more today. But hey, not to time date myself. Yeah, as always, until next time. Oh.